Yeah, look, we're back here again. Thank you, James, for outlining them housekeeping rules. Delegates, we have passionate people in the room, and you come here because you're here to serve your communities. All I ask in relation to rules of engagement is that we do it based on our cultural principles. We do it with respect. We make sure that when we ask the question, that the question is direct. By all means, please put forward your views. There won't be no motions moved from the floor. There won't be no recommendations. However, there will be action items that will be followed up. So if we can just make that clear, just so we know the opening of what today and tomorrow and the next day is going to be about. Where's Lollipop? Did you enjoy Lollipop last night? How good was he? Hey, was he deadly? Can we have a round of applause for Lollipop? Just out of last night, we love that entertainment so much that what we're going to do is we're going to put a challenge out to each of the regions. Tony Skulls, where you are? Where you at? He's the chairperson of Wonnarua Local Aboriginal Land Council. He bought his karaoke gear. So once we get done and dusted with the business and it's time to relax, please, CEOs and chairs, select your candidates for that karaoke competition tonight. And I tell you what, if it's one thing us blackfellas know how to do, we know how to party, we know how to sing. We just some special acknowledgements before I go into acknowledging our special guests that are here today with us. Wendy, where are you at, Wendy? Wendy's from Canada, Vancouver, Canada. Wendy, can you come at the front here, please? Wendy, come here, please. Come and stand up beside me, please. You see this young-looking, deadly Canadian girl? She turned 70 today. So can we wish her... Can we wish her a happy birthday, because obviously she's not at home with family, but she is here with family. And we've taken you and Ed into our family, and you'll always be a part of our family. So happy birthday. Thank you. All right. Just by way of acknowledgement, I want to thank Uncle Warren Taggart for that welcome to country last night. When we acknowledged the people that have gone before us, we all know we lost Uncle Les Elvin, who done a welcome to country at the last conference, and it was remiss that I didn't acknowledge Uncle Les's commitment to Minda River Local Aboriginal Land Council, but also the Aboriginal community, Aboriginal affairs right across the state of New South Wales. So a big acknowledgement goes out to Uncle Elvin and his family. It'll be still pretty raw knowing that we got all the mob back up here on this beautiful country, and knowing full well that his last moments was doing an acknowledgement of country and with us, with you people. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. We've got some very important guests with us today. We've got the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs, the Honourable Sarah Mitchell. So can we have a round of applause for the Minister? She's taken time out of her busy schedule to be here today, and the Minister and NSWALC, we're forming a relationship based on respect, and we don't agree with each other. We've had arguments, and the Minister said, "No, Roy, it's going to be this way," and James jumps in. "Well, can you think about this?" And that's how you get results. That's how you get results. David Harris is the Shadow Minister for Aboriginal Affairs. I'd like to acknowledge David Harris, who's I think, David, I'm in your electorate, ain't I? Yeah, so we'll see how you go today. David obviously is a good local member, and leadership's not easy. Leadership isn't easy, and our next really important guest is the Minister, the Federal Minister for Indigenous Affairs, Nigel Scullion. So can we put our hands together for the Minister, Nigel Scullion? For people that are new to our statewide conferences, and for people that are not so new, the Minister, the now Minister, back in the earlier days when we had statewide conferences, he was in opposition. They weren't even in government. But he come up here and he sat for 4 days. He sat for 4 days, drinking, partying. Minister, don't worry, it's not going on the record. But you know what? He built his relationship and his respect with you. And that's why this organisation, this network, will be first to come out and support the Minister, because he supports us. And he's done that by our principles, sitting down, listening, having a yarn. And when you're doing good things, you have your critics. And he's doing good things, and I tell you what, he's got a lot of damn critics. But Minister, your supporters are in this room. And we have disagreements, we have Barneys, but at the end of the day, and he's taken time out of the Senate to come here and spend time with us. I just quickly want to acknowledge the co-chair of the Congress, Rod Little. Rod's here, so they're on the panel today. Terry O'Shea, where are you, Uncle Tez? Terry O'Shea, where are you at? Is he here? We all know Terry O'Shea. That's Pat O'Shea, the magistrate. That's Terry was. Terry went to court, but he was on the other side. And when James talked about dress code tonight, don't wear your court clothes because that's too fancy. I'd like to also acknowledge, of course, our international guests. Grand Chief Ed John, who has been instrumental in the United Nations Permanent Forum in Geneva and New York, and also in Canada, Vancouver. And I can't wait to hear from them guys today, and his beautiful partner, Wendy. Happy birthday, welcome. And she was saying, Roy, you people are just like our people back home. You love to party and you love to sing. And I said, well, that's one thing they won't take off us. The other guest that I just quickly want to acknowledge is, hope I didn't miss, no, that's it. All right. Just quickly, because I don't want to take the Minister's time, I was asked to give a quick presentation and not make it about me. I want to make it about the people that have gone before us, you guys and the network. And Josh, can we have that image up, please? The most powerful Aboriginal image in this state, if not the country, is this image we're going to see in a minute. That represents who we are. And it's a tree. It's got 13 branches. Obviously through reform, there's only 9 branches now, a couple of them been lopped. So what that does is that brings extra responsibility on the 9 councils that are at the table. But I thought of a tree, and I'm thinking to myself, well, where does the members fit in? The members are the roots. They're the lifeblood. We're here to serve our members. So deep down, they ingrain themselves. Where do our communities fit in? Our communities are the soil, the grass, are the soil across the top where the tree's growing. Where do the councillors fit in? The councillors fit in, I see, as the trunk the trunk of the tree has to be strong. It has to overcome storms. We've got 4 seasons. We have good days, we have bad days. But the bad days, the bad seasons make us appreciate the good seasons. We have the branches. The branches are the local Aboriginal land councils. The branches are the CEOs. The branches is our finance, our regions, our zones, our administration. We have, on the outside, we have the leaves of that tree. That is the legislation. It constantly changes with the seasons, but it's a big part of this thing we call the tree. We have the external stuff to make sure that that tree grows. The droplings, the seedlings from that tree drop to the ground. They then go back into the earth. And then we have shoots, new shoots. That is our young people, our youth, our younger people that are coming behind us. We have, to make that tree grow, we need water, we need rain. The water, the rain is our elders. If you don't have water, you can't live. The elders play that role. They nurture, they provide that essential component that makes our tree grow, to make our seedlings grow from seeds to trees to plants. We then talk about governments. The governments are seasons. The 4 seasons we talked about. They come and they go. But they play a very important role in how we grow as a network, as NSWALC. And at the moment we've got really good governments, good leaders. We've got good leadership that are open to the network, that are supporting us. Don't necessarily agree with us all the time. And you as local people might disagree with my opinions, and that's fine. All blackfellas don't agree with each other. So let's be clear about that. And if you think that's right, well then come to one of our land councils in the Sydney, Newcastle, Central Coast region, or Councillor Smith's. The sun. We need sunlight. We need sun. And the sunlight is our ancestors. The sunlight is them people that have gone before us. They shine on us every day. I talked about Uncle Eddie Briggs. I talked about Uncle Solly Blair. I talked about William Bates. They are the sunlight that makes sure that this tree grows, that them seedlings grow. And I said last night, our network and our local Aboriginal land councils, we put up with a lot of shit. But like I said last night, shit is the best fertiliser you can get. And from that, we get growth. Very important. So, just on closing, I wanted to make it about everybody else and not me, because this is not about me. I would dare say it's not even about you. It's about our legacies. It's about the footprints that we want to leave behind. And I tell you what, we are leaving some amazing footprints thanks to you. So keep up the hard work. Don't listen to the knockers. And when we come together, and we proved it about a month ago, 2 months ago, when this network comes together, there is no powerfuler movement in this state than the New South Wales Aboriginal Land Council and the local Aboriginal Land Councils. So thank you. It's now my job to introduce our next speaker, and I'm a little bit forward of time, so I've given the ministers, or actually I've given you more time to ask the ministers and David some questions. Would you like that? Nah, that's not loud enough. All right. Please help me welcome our first speaker to the stage, and she's doing, under the circumstances, she's doing a really, really good job. And like I said, leadership's a lonely place, and no doubt the minister has had times where she's questioned that loneliness. But Minister, be assured that the relationship that we're starting to build, you've got this network behind you, and together, I think we can make them seedlings grow into strong trees. So, Josh, we were going to watch that quick footage, yeah, before the minister comes. That's what I had time for. Minister, sorry, I just want you to reflect on just that analogy tree and just a little bit of footage that's going to come up, and it'll only take, I think, 90 seconds, 2 minutes.
My truth, I just want to say thank you. Leaving to find my soul, told her I had to go. And I know it ain't pretty when our hearts get broke. Too young to feel this old, watching us both turn cold. Oh, I know it ain't pretty when two hearts get broke. Yeah, I know it ain't pretty when two hearts get broke. I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest, and we'll wish we could come back to these days. These days. To show for it now, and I know it ain't pretty when the fire burns out. Calling me when I'm drunk, remind me of what I've done. And I know it ain't pretty when you're trying to move